town is considering enacting what could be one of the nation's toughest smoking bans. But some residents say the infringement on rights is making it hard to breathe. The article is it's on the most emailed list at the San Francisco Chronicle. Belmont, California is a tough town for smokers. The city council is considering an ordinance that would ban smoking in all public places, even parks. You'd also be forbidden from lighting up in company cars, any apartment buildings, and in some cases, your own home. It might be the most extensive, but it is only one of many smoking bans on the table in towns across America. Let's bring in Gary Nolan, the national spokesperson for the Smokers Club, a pro-smoking group. And Gary, so we know which side of the story you're on with this one, but I'm curious why you think bans and laws like this proposed one are gaining traction.
Well, first, we're not exactly what you would call a pro-smoking group.
Okay.
We're more a pro-property rights group. Because at the end of the day, that's what this legislation does. It infringes on people's property rights. You know, what sets us apart from every other country in the world is that we have private property. We own that property. And now you have an abuse of power. You've got government telling people what they can and cannot do on their own property. And people who don't smoke need to get involved in this fight, because if they can take away property rights for this case, they can take them away for others.
But clearly people are interested in smoking bans. So I want to kind of go back to the first question. Why do you think there is such an interest, and why people are willing to perhaps give up rights, as you suggest?
Well, mostly the reason that the anti-tobacco extremists have been so successful is because they've got so much money behind them. You know, if people look at the Environmental Protection Agency's decision to classify secondhand smoke as a Class A carcinogen, what you'll find is that they did a meta-analysis, culled the worst data, and when they were through, it didn't reach the level that epidemiologists consider the actionable level. That's the confidence level at 95. It only came up to 90. So they snapped into action and lowered the bar. A federal court judge vacated their decision. Congress said it was junk science. And now you've got big money, the pharmaceutical industry, Johnson & Johnson and Glaxo behind this.
But you can't, I mean, if somebody at home is sitting there thinking, well, you can't tell me the tobacco lobby doesn't have deep pockets either.
Well, they do have deep pockets, but if I take a dime in tobacco money to make my argument, everything I say is considered illegitimate. Yet these organizations can take money from Big Pharma, and they can use that money to make their arguments, and everybody accepts it. Even the American Cancer Society, who was rated by the Chronicles of Philanthropy as in it for the money, sold their logo to Glaxo for Nicoderm CQ for $1 million. You've got to follow the money here.
Okay, I don't have the information to be able to rebut you right here, but I'm sure someone will email me with some other point of view. Finally, is there a happy middle ground for people who are non-smokers who don't want secondhand smoke and people who do want to smoke?
I think the middle ground is to follow the Constitution. That is, to honor people's private property rights. No one is compelled to go into your home. No one is compelled to go into a restaurant or bar. No one is forced to do these things. Let's let the free market decide. If it's a problem, find a place that serves your needs. Take your money there. That's what will change this legally.
Gary Nolan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Allison Sharon in the control room. We're getting some